Okay.
Okay.
So what do you want to talk about today?
Oh, I talk about Vicky. That's good.
Talk about Vicky?
Yeah, and how she taught the piano lessons.
Oh, okay. So Vicky's a musician.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I We had moved out to Long Island and lived in Lakeview with the nice white cottage back to the house. And across the street was my neighbor named Jean Dykes. And she had a boy and a girl. So one day she came by my house and she called me. She said, I heard there is a piano studio over the, just over in the village. Would you like to walk down with me to the village? I want to give my daughter piano lessons. So I said, okay. And I got Vicky, because she's the only one whom the others went to school or college or whatever. And
How old was Vicky then?
5.
Okay.
Vicky was 5 years old. So we walked down to the village. I said that we walked before the
Piano studio.
studio. And we they told the piano band that she wanted to give her daughter music lessons. So he said, okay, bring her in and we will see how she does. So she did, and he played the scale and told her to, but she couldn't play the scale for some reason. And Vicky, I didn't notice it, but he said to me, that daughter is very interested in it. She's looking at like crazy, like she could play. Do you mind if I put her to play? I said, no, but I can't afford to give her music. He said, don't worry about that. Let me see how she does. Both three got on the piano, play the scale, just like she was playing it forever. So he says, oh, you have to give her piano lesson. And he told Jean, I wouldn't waste my money with her this time because she won't be able to do it. So I said to him, I can't afford piano this month. I haven't got a piano and I can't afford it, madam. He said to me, I tell you what I'll do. I have a baby grand old member in my basement and I will sell it to you for $125 and I would send it up to your house, have it set up, have it tuned, and you pay me what you can when you can. And I will give your daughter 2 months free lessons. Well, then that I could not refuse. So I did. I I told him, okay. And he came and he did what he said he was going to do. And we started taking lessons. But that was when the fun began. I had to compare her because she wanted to go out there and play with Valerie and them. They were after school, they'd come out and play.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a hard time because she was in kindergarten. And I had a hard time getting her to sit. I had to sit with her at the piano. And I sit with her and eventually she started to do it by herself. And then the next thing, uh, the piano owner place hired a girl. She was a Spanish girl to give the piano, and she was very good. And she brought out the best in Vicky, and Vicky was really doing wonderful. And then we had to move to Queens. When we moved to Queens, I continued to take her to Long Island to get the lessons. But then the girl got married, and her husband didn't want her traveling because they live in Brooklyn. And he didn't want her traveling from Brooklyn to Long Island. So he told her to quit because she didn't want her to work anyway. So she quit. And he hired two guys. So when Vicky goes, when I drop Vicky off, and I go pick him up, I said, how did you do? I don't know. You mean you don't know? But I didn't get on the piano. Why not? They play. I said, this is the way it goes. I told them to come back next week. So I called the piano guy and I told him, I said, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to take my dog because those two clowns you got down there, he's not giving her any lessons. He says, I understand that. And I'm firing them. I said, but I already found somebody here in Queens. So, he said, it's all right. Don't feel bad about it. So, I I Vicky went to this lady's and start piano on. But she had two small girls who was taking piano lesson also, but didn't have a piano. So, but then we had a member of the church whose daughter, who they had bought a piano for because they had given her piano lesson, but she didn't want to take a piano lesson. So they said to me, we send you the piano for $600. It's a brand new piano. And so I said to my music teacher, this musical sent me a piano for $600. I can give you the
grant.
Yeah, the grant, and you can give it to they have to move it and they have to restring it. So she said, oh, that'd be easy. So that's what I did. I got I gave her the piano, and then after a couple of years with her, Bishop was 10. And then we had the guy that plays the organ on Sunday morning at the 8 o'clock service. So my husband said to him, I wish you'd give my daughter organ,
Lessons.
yeah. So he said, I would give her, but she has got to be very proficient on the piano because the organ, they have to use the foot also. So he said, I have to hear her play. So he did. He said, oh yeah, I can teach her. And so he taught her to play the organ. And she was very good at the organ because she played the organ and then she used to play the service sometimes. And then she came to move to Augusta. And when we moved to Augusta,
How old was she when she moved to Augusta?
Huh?
How old was Vicky when she moved to Augusta?
Vicky was 14 years old.
Well, didn't she go to music school in the meantime?
And then she go to, she also the music and art in downtown New York.
Yeah. When she was how old was she when she went there?
She was about 12.
Yes. Okay.
She was about,
Well, she was just studying piano.
Yes.
Yeah, she was studying piano and organ. Was she studying organ too at the music school?
no,
Just
she
piano.
was just been studying organ.
You're getting the facts wrong. I started the High School of Music and Arts was a specialized high school in New York City when I was in 9th grade.
Ninth grade. Which
Actually 10th grade.
you were about 14, right?
I was 14, turned 15.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was 14.
She was 14. And well, she started you with 10. So you said that she was 10 when she took the organ lessons from the Mr. Who was it, Patterson? Pettiford?
Yes.
And she took organ lessons when she was with Mr. Pettiford, and then she
I was a little older than that. I might have been more like 12.
12.
By that
Okay.
time we had moved to Queens.
Queens, right? So you're about 12. And then when she was in 9th grade, she went to music and art school.
10th grade.
10th grade.
Not yes.
Did she have to audition to get into music and arts?
Shh.
Did she have to audition to get into music and arts?
There she is.
No, she's not there. I'm asking you.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I know she got there. She
Are you
went there.
serious?
So,
Yes,
Yeah,
I had to practice for months and months, and it was very competitive. This is the school fame.
Fame. This is a top-notch
Right.
school in New York.
Right.
And she got into the school because she had to work really hard to get in.
Yeah, I auditioned. Yes.
Yeah, she had to audition, and she got into the school, one of the
Yeah.
top schools in the country for music.
yes, she did. And at that time, Nixon was president.
Who was Nixon?
Huh?
Who was president?
Nixon.
Okay.
And she had changed the time from 1 hour to 2 hours. They did daylight saving time.
Mhm.
And so she had to get up at 4 o'clock to get to the bus to get to school, to go to
Mhm.
school. And then, so it was a man, but she had to get up before 4 because she get up and practice the piano before she need to go to school.
Yeah, I remember when I came home from to visit you. We were living in the Virgin Islands, and that was the one thing that impressed me. That Vicky had to get up every morning. It was at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and she had to practice.
And that's right.
She had to practice, and she was very serious about her music.
And she did that too. And then she when we came to Augusta, she was the first one the first graduation they had her on the organ.
Mm-hmm.
And she played, we got her in UGA
Mm-hmm.
and music. She met a music teacher in Augusta. And then I don't know what happened, but she and the music teacher fell out. And I had to go ahead and plead with her that she was going to UGA and she had to audition and she did the music. So she took her back. And then she went to UGA, and he said that they usually when they come, they have practiced certain music, and they're very good at it, but he refused to give them that to play.
Mm-hmm.
He gave them what he thinks they should. And he gives Vicky all kinds of different music to play, and she played them all. So they gave her a scholarship of $25.
$25 scholarship?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah, but she said, we were so happy when you had $25. Yeah, well, forget it. Anyway, so then she was very good. She played at the church, and she played at, I think it was St. Luke's, what's the big church in Augusta?
Vicky, what's the big church in Augusta?
Frazier?
What was the big church in Augusta?
I'm asking Frazier. Frazier, what's the big church in Augusta?
Yeah, the big
Yeah.
Episcopal
I can't
church.
remember it.
Okay, it's a big Episcopal church in Augusta, right?
Yeah, the biggest one.
The biggest church.
Downtown Augusta.
St. John, St. Mary, St. Joseph, St. Ignatius, St. Athanasius. I don't know. I don't remember.
And she played there once, and the one that heard it, they had that they wanted her to join the organ
Mm-hmm.
association, and she did not want to, so she did. But then she graduated from the school and with college, and she was Washington College. She got involved with the church,
Mm-hmm.
and they said, they said they don't play music, and she didn't stop the piano altogether.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did that, but no here.
Mm-hmm.
And they paid the $5 up Sunday. One Sunday. And she not gonna play because her church, the music in the church. So I said, well, as far as I know, you were Christian and confirmed in the Episcopal Church, so you must be a member of the Episcopal Church. So, but my church, I said, but I tell you what, you tell your church to pay your tuition, because I ain't paying a penny unless you go down there and play. So she went down there and played.
So that created a big controversy in the family, and a controversy with you and Dad and Mom,
Yes.
Vicky. She didn't want to play at the church because her church told her that she could, that she wasn't supposed to play.
Yeah.
Only
And then now the thing about it, we went once or two months after my first grade. We went once with the brothers a picnic that the church had. And so the following Sunday, the minister invited us to his house to dinner. So we went there, and then he said he offered Vicky a job to teach his children, his two children, piano, that he could play her. And she told him her church don't want to play music. He said, but I am the minister in your church, in that church, so how you going to tell me what the church said, what the church I said, I want you to do my, and she would do it.
No, she had her own issue.
Yeah. But anyway, no, we had a lot of controversy, not upheaval. And then eventually he joined the army, and they went to Germany. I don't know what happened in Germany, but she quit the church, which I was very glad. Come to find it was not the church. It was not because I had several friends that belonged to that church, and they did one put the foolishness. As a matter of fact, she tried to get the minister to convince my husband to leave his church and go to that church. But that was the same thing Patience did. She tried to get my father, to leave the church to go join the Christian Science Church. And that Herman said the Christian Science was neither the science nor Christian.
Patience was your sister, right? Did you know that Patience is your sister, right? I was just saying that you said Patience as if somebody knew who Patience was. Patience was your sister, who was a Christian Scientist, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's who you claim that got her well with the which had
when she had tuberculosis. She was in an she was in an
but
asylum.
she forgot the operation that my father paid for, and the private room with the private doctor, the private room with the private nurse.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so okay, that was it. So
Is that the end of the Vicky story? Is that as much as you want to tell about the Vicky? How Vicky got to be a world famous musician?
Yes.
Or do you want to talk about Well, didn't Vicky come back to Brunswick and go to and teach music over at the what was it in Glen Academy? Yeah, she did, and she was a very famous musician there.
She got no, not Glen Academy.
Okay. So Dale, I know, wants to jump in.
Got the job.
Dale used to videotape my programs.
Where was it? At Glen Academy? I don't know.
No, at Oglethorpe
Oh, I don't know what the
Elementary
place was.
School.
Oh,
I
okay.
taught at the elementary school in St. Simon's Island.
But all I just knew you were famous.
I don't know about all
Yeah,
that.
she taught us in Cyber.
No, Oglethorpe Point Elementary on St. Simon's Island.
But she was famous because when I got here,
St.
I know she was famous because every place you go, Miss Vicky.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, that was her. But Jean, now, Jean and I, as I said, here, advise Jean not to give a child music lesson because she didn't have the feelings for it, okay? So, she didn't. So, but she wanted to, she was tired of staying home. She said, I am tired of staying home because all I do is get fat and eating on time. But I have to go out and get a job. So she did. But it seemed like when all the people that around that area in that little circle have a job, they leave me as they want to contact at the school, they live at the school by name to contact everything happened to the children. So, anyway, I had to go to get what's her name, reform once from the school because the assistant principal said if I was crazy and he would knock about concert because his big toe was something about it and if he had stepped on it, he would have to knock around concert. Anyway, he would knock the
He really said he was going to knock her unconscious?
Yeah.
Okay.
He reminded her. So she got in front of me. Somebody got her. And she knows she's short and fat.
Mm-hmm.
And her two big, wrapped up two little behind. They are fighting each other. So I said to her, walk in front of me. I said, Yvonne, if you were to see how you're behind the doctor, you would just started to laugh. And then she came over, talked to me, and that's about
what the problem was.
yeah. Even the school was her family.
Mm-hmm.
But, so her mother got this job at the bank.
Mm-hmm.
So she came to our house one day, and she's Sunday, and she was crying, and she said, would you want your husband to pray for me, please? Because I gave a man, I think it was $5,000 or $500.
You told me 500.
$500. I gave him $500 so much. I gave somebody $500 so much. And I have to pay that money back. I don't make that much. So I won't be having to bring the money home. So would you ask your husband to pray for me? Then she called me later on, can I go to church with you? I said, yeah, I'll be happy to have you want to come to church with me. So we went to church that Sunday, and he prayed. And that Monday morning, she said when she overheard telling the widow, who was that the man with the $500 in his hand? You gave me too much money. She said she almost dropped it. She almost fainted. She said, I want to join your church.
Wow.
So she had the children baptized. They have never been baptized, so all they baptized, and I was the godmother. And then we moved to Queens and lost contact. But Vicky had kept in contact with them.
Yvonne.
I know she told me how hard I got while I was in Augusta, I got a letter from her saying her husband had died. And then Vicky kept in touch with her, and then so that Yvonne had become a minister.
I thought you were going to tell me Yvonne had become a musician after
No,
after the guy said he couldn't play.
No, he was right. Yvonne was so good in music, but Miss Albert became a minister, and she called Yvonne again to tell her about how Jackie and Jean was sitting was upstairs and he slept and Jean she never did talk to Jean.
No, but you're at her birthday party.
Yeah.
We called Yvonne, and Miss Dykes was there, but she didn't want to come down and talk to anybody.
No, she couldn't, as far as Ricky was concerned.
I don't know whether she could or not. She
Yeah.
just didn't come.
Yeah. Oh, well, Jean would be happy to talk to the developers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's where that got with that one.
Okay.
No.
That was a good story about Vicky. And she was a very good musician, and she loved to play the piano, and she liked to play in front of...
No, she made piano. The bunch of moving here, she brought her piano, which she had brought in Germany. And that's her piano, and she gave my piano away. So much.
So what about you? What instrument do you play?
Huh?
What instrument do you play?
Guitar.
You play guitar, yeah.
Yeah.
So who did you teach to play guitar?
Who teach me?
Who did you teach to play the guitar?
You.
You taught me to
and
play the guitar.
Herman.
And my brother, right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we used to like to sing and play the guitar. We still sing and play the guitar. Herman took your guitar home. I have one in my house. You
Yeah, Herman took the guitar.
Yeah.
Did he play it while you were there?
No, we didn't play the guitar while I was there. It's it's been kind of challenging these last couple of weeks to do anything. But yeah, so sometimes we play and we sing. Even now, I try to convince you to. I try to get you say you can't play anymore. I don't know why not.
Because my finger will move.
Your fingers are moving now. What do you mean?
Yeah, but it moved like that, but it would not move to play music.
Well, not as fast as you used to, but it takes a little time.
Oh, yeah. When I've done it, it's kind of hard.
I know. It's
Yeah.
challenging, right?
So, anyway, and I teacher Michael, I gave him a few pointers.
Oh, the guitar. And did you teach DJ too? My son?
I don't, my might have a few
Some
pointers.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So my son plays the piano too, right? Like
Michael,
Michael plays the piano, and
when he's here, he plays the piano.
right.
And I told him, I said, Michael, you're very good at piano. I said, when you go back to Virginia, find yourself a music teacher, and I will pay her. I paid, but he never did.
Yeah, well, it's a little challenging.
He never did. So I never
and your mother played the piano too, right?
Who?
Your mother.
She played the organ.
She played the organ, and she played for the church.
Yes.
Your father taught her, right?
My father taught her.
Mm-hmm. So we got a very musical family, huh?
Very musical. That's why I called Herman to tell him to tell
Sanjay?
to let Priya learn the piano because she got the Hawkins attitude, everything in her.
Right.
The tallness and whatnot. So give her a break. I said he They paid that somebody all that money to play the other piano, and when the guy comes, he plays and then listens, then he gets him a go.
Mm-hmm.
I said to him one day, I said, what's wrong with you? I said, don't you feel guilty to give people this money?
You're talking about Sanjay and my nephews, right?
Yes.
Yes, Sanjay
Yeah,
and
my
Arvind.
grandchildren.
Yeah, right.
I said, don't you feel guilty? And he would answer me. And so I said to her, but I said, these kids, that they only go to that piano when that man comes, and when he, that's all. When he comes, they go to the piano, and when he leaves, they don't touch that piano again till that man comes back. I say, he don't put them on piano on the play. He plays for them. It seemed like the guy had tried to do for Vicky.
Mm-hmm.
So, eventually they realized that after the kids don't practice, I used to grab Sanjay and teach him to call that niece. And so eventually but Sanjay did pretty good because he played something in the Navy. So eventually they stopped. Whoever stopped the guy from coming. Guy, he fall down with an easy way making $45 a week from
Less.
the more duty. So Shanta decided to give Rajiv dude,
Bugle?
not bugle, but
Trumpet?
clarinet, yeah.
Clarinet?
Clarinet music, yeah.
Clarinet?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he did the same thing. He goes there, play, and go home, put the thing down, and don't turn the thing ready to go back again. So, this guy was honest. He said to her, he said to her, I don't bring him back. She said, just because I owe you for one lesson, you're going to quit it? She said, no, you could owe me for 10 lessons. He says, but he does not practice. And I have no time for the body to practice on me. See, I give him lesson to practice, and he doesn't practice it. So don't bring him back. I said, you see, when I told you the one practicing, your mother said that you made me out to be a liar. That I do practice, and I don't practice. So the guy proved to you that I don't practice because he tried to put the same thing. And the piano man, my piano man was not honest, was greedy. But this guy, he had a reputation to uphold. So, with that, none of them to play. Not one of them. And they paid good money. Buy the piano and everything. Man.
Sanjay has a piano now, right? I think I heard Sanjay playing the piano the other day.
Oh, yeah, he does?
He has a piano, and Priya and Samaya, they don't take lessons because of the COVID, but they can play a little.
You better give Priya first. I'm going to Priya lesson. I think that'd be better to give her lesson because my sister Carmen, my sister
Patience,
and Lucy.
They all play the piano, right?
I play the piano.
And you play the guitar.
Yes, and I play the guitar. They tried to get me to play the piano also, but I couldn't put up with it. Comment with it. Yeah, but I would have hit your finger when you made a mistake.
Oh. So
So,
Carmen was old school, huh?
yeah, so she Byron played the piano. You heard him play?
No, I never heard, but I knew that he. But you had told me, and
Yeah,
which was kind of
Byron.
interesting that you think you'd have this. You have a very musical family, but nobody. When you got together, you never played. All you did was argue.
Right, Byron play. He used to play when he come in here. As a matter of fact, Vicky was asking for some of her music, and I didn't know. I know Byron had asked me, would I give him some I could play? So I said to him, sure. So I told her that like Moonlight and other different music, Byron had them. So I told her to ask Tula because Tula can't play. So why she keep him piano? Oh well, okay. So that's as far as I know I can do. What else can I talk about?
Well, I think it's getting towards the end. So
One thing I want to interject here real quick is that Suki, which is Byron Jr., Uncle Byron's son, he actually went to college initially, and he was a music major. He played the, I believe it was the double bass, the big giant, bass.
did
Yeah,
Suki, Uncle Byron's son, Byron Jr.
Who told you that?
He did, and then he ended up leaving college and he went into the military. But
Yeah.
but he was a music major when he went to college. He went to one of the Sunny schools in New York State.
But that's the first time I hear that.
Well, you see, you get to be 100, and you still get to hear new stuff, right? Think you know everything, but you
Cause Ricky went to what college did he go to?
She said he went to one of the SUNY schools,
To where?
one of the State University of New York schools. I don't know.
No.
Upstate.
No, he went to Newport out there in Long Island.
New Paltz wasn't in Long Island. New Paltz is upstate New York.
Huh?
New Paltz is upstate New York.
That's right. That's the one he went to.
Who? Suki, right? Yeah,
That's
what
right.
Vicky said. He went to a State University New York school. New Paltz is a pretty good school.
New York, no. He went to Newport and the same school that Clara went to.
Right.
That's right. He went to Newport and he didn't stay there. He stayed there about 3 semesters. And then he go join the army. Cause
He went to the Marines.
you can't believe a word that boy said.
He said he went to the Marines.
Yeah, he went to, I know. And then Byron and Level came and they went to some place in Georgia where he was being separated from the army and he was coming home and they went to get him. And we told Byron to borrow a company car. And we told him to take his coat and put his coat in the trunk. If he don't need it, fine. No, I want in my coat because it was hot here. We said to him, just take your coat just the same because the weather here is very funny. 1 minute it's hot and 1 minute it's freezing. Well, Lavelle said he was frozen. He got so cold when they had a parade. He had to go home.
That's true.
It was so cold out there. And I said, why not have the hard-headed people? So then he came and They left here together and they went to New York. And then for some reason, they don't know, he got messed up in his drug thing.
Mm.
And he was really in a drug of, oh God. And my son, he just stole the silver, he stole this, he stole everything to get the money to pay for the drug. So, for him made music, no. He was, if he was, why didn't he take the piano?
I don't know. Maybe his father didn't teach him.
Mm,
Well, it's almost 3 o'clock, so should we be?
okay.
Yeah, she's getting kind of tired. Yeah. You're getting kind of tired, right?
Oh, I am tired.
Yeah.